This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm in a haunted movie theater, and I feel like there's a joke in here somewhere about having to watch Last Action Hero, an action comedy from John McTiernan, released back in 1993. It's a movie about the movies, so to speak. More specifically, its story follows a young Danny Madigan, a superfan of the Jack Slater series of action films, who is transported into the latest entry of the franchise by way of a magical theater ticket. He soon becomes a partner to his hero and idol, and the two work together to figure out who killed one of Slater's family members. Their encounter with the film's villain puts Danny's magic ticket into the wrong hands, and once they learn how it works, they bring the fight out of the film entirely and into the streets of Danny's hometown, New York City. The story and concept of Last Action Hero is written out well in some places, though in other respects it's not exactly used to its fullest potential. The film tries to take a deconstructionist approach to the action film genre, and specifically action movie heroes. For example, when we see Jack's house, it's barren of just about anything except his clothes and his weapons, because his home life simply isn't that important to the viewers of his movies. Other elements of his life that are otherwise treated for laughs are shown to have some other kind of weight behind them, which would otherwise never be explored in an actual Jack Slater film. On the other hand, the film tends to keep away from this greater exploration of these ideas, putting more focus on the primary story at hand, or on simply just trying to tell Jack that he's in a movie. That last bit being what Danny does for most of the running time. His character is kind of annoying, at least when he's focused on convincing Jack that he's a fictional character. Whenever he's in New York before and after these movie scenes, he's relatively tolerable, and clearly just trying to escape from the reality around him. Although that does kind of make it odd that the first thing he does when he gets into the movie is tell somebody else that they're in a movie. Jack, on the other hand, refuses to believe a word that Danny is saying until he's brought out of the movie and into New York and sees firsthand that his life is other people's entertainment. Before that point, he's steadfast in his character as a hard-boiled, loose-cannon cop, but after that, he begins to warm up to new ideas that were never present in his movie world. There's a clear divide between the filmic and ideal Los Angeles of the Jack Slater films and the dirty reality of New York City, not simply in artistic direction, but the actual worlds they inhabit. The fictional Los Angeles is unusually clean and full of beautiful locations, but also adheres to the rules of action movie language. There's heavy rock music everywhere, unrealistic physics, cops on the scene within minutes of a crime. In New York, Jack comes to see that there are other things to experience in the world beyond just being a movie cop, but the film's villain also comes to learn of the opportunities that are available to him in this world without limits at the whim of his abilities. In summary, Last Action Hero is a pretty decent deconstruction of the action film hero and the genre in general. It's not always able to hit the mark, and at times it leans further into playing the action conventions straight rather than analyzing them. I suppose that's not an easy balance, especially when your goal is entertainment over analysis, so it's not too surprising that this is the case. It's really not too much of a detriment to the movie as a whole, but it's still kind of a disappointment that they weren't able to explore it further. But it's still a good ride. Last Action Hero. John McTiernan, 1993. 4 stars. I say give it a watch. That's it from me. You know how it works. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscription after the tone, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Beep.